If you haven't seen already, an entirely AI-generated playable Minecraft has been created by Descartes Studios. In very simple terms, the AI model has been trained on so much data that it's actually able to try to predict what it thinks the next frame of the game will look like. So there's no game engine behind this. Every frame you see is AI generated, and it takes your keyboard and mouse inputs to try figure out what it should show you next. And it's only playable in a small square resolution for now. However, it does start to show its cracks almost immediately. Since it tries its best to predict the next frame, this means that it also forgets everything that happened before. So if you turn away from something, it's going to totally forget what happened, and you're just going to end up somewhere completely different when you turn around again. If I stare at the sky and look back, I'll be in a completely different biome. If I look at some wood and turn around again, I might discover a free house glitch like this clip here. I always try to put the block to my face and see if it will make me a house. It just made me a house. It just made me a fucking house. Like, this is literally Schizophrenia Simulator, but it's a playable Schizophrenia Simulator. And I can't stress this enough, but this game is so disorienting, it's unbelievable. Like this part where I found a cow and it just merged into some cobblestone dirt mess. And then I found a farm and I was like, oh my god, I can actually farm wheat. And then I was like, oh, I can really farm wheat. And I can farm more wheat. And I can farm more wheat. And I can farm more wheat. Until my game devolved into this insane mess of endless wheat and farm hell. Before I ended up in the middle of nowhere again. Nothing you do in this goes as expected. I tried to take a swim and within 5 seconds it turned into some ice and giant snowy mountain area. And then out of nowhere I made this new life form? Like, what is this? Please tell me what this is. I also thought I'd try crafting, but the game doesn't actually really know where your cursor is, and by the time I brought my oak planks to the crafting menu, they turned into sticks. Then when I got out of the crafting area, I was just in the darkness. There was literally nothing here. I'm just in the never-ending void now. Hell. There's even a beta feature where you can upload an image and the AI will try to guess what will happen next, which is a very cool idea. So I tried going to the nether with this, but I don't think it knows what the nether is yet because it just turned into a giant yellow mess. And this game actually started to give me bad motion sickness. And I didn't even get motion sickness on a VR headset, so that sums up how trippy this is. Like, it's so disorienting, but at the same time it's so captivating. I always wanted to see what happened next because the transitions between these frames are so seamless. You're always going to be confused and completely surprised, and that becomes weirdly addicting. And while it's mind-blowing to play, it's also very scary to think about. Like, I know this is a super basic model, but it makes you think, where are we going to be in 5 or 10 years from now? Will AI-generated games break the mainstream? Is my house going to be AI-generated? Will my child be AI generated? Like 5 years ago, we didn't even have basic AI image generation, and now we're here. We're turning Minecraft cows into cobblestone into LSD farm trips. And with all that being said, there's still probably someone out there speedrunning trying to beat the Ender Dragon in this mess.